Hello everybody and welcome to part 3 of my making of PowPow for Slayer Jinx. This is the last video where I will finish PowPow. So let's get started. If you have seen any of the other videos, you know that I'm bad at naming the parts. But yeah, as you can see, I made the part itself of EVA foam and then just put a layer of wobbler on it. If you don't want to use wobbler, you can of course just use a couple of layers of gesso or maybe just wood glue. After putting wobbler on it, I dremeled the parts that you can see are not quite as pretty and then gave it a couple of layers of gesso before finishing it all with a layer of wood glue. I spray painted the part before I started painting. By applying a layer of acrylic silver paint, I can blend the black paint more smoothly in. And as always, I finish off by painting a thin line of white paint along the edges. A side note here is that I'm actually painting this the wrong color because I forgot to check the colors because I'm lazy. This part should actually have been blue, but the same principles applies. Yeah, I apologize for this mistake. Moving on to the handle. As with most in this cosplay, we start by building it up of EVA foam. So I cut out 4 pieces of this shape. Remember to turn the shape when cutting so you get the even surface on both sides. I used contact glue to get the pieces together. After I used the Dremel and also cut out a piece for the handle, which were just 2 squares that I dremeled round. And then again for my newfound love, I glued the pieces together with contact glue. I wasn't sure if this would be enough to hold the handle together, so I also put a wobbler on. Remember when you have put the wobbler on to Dremel it afterwards. For priming, I gave it a layer of wood glue before I spray painted it. I have showed so many times how I paint, so I'm not gonna show it again. For the last details, I cut out a stripe of fake leather fabric, and with some glue to keep it in place, I wrapped it around. It's time to put the handle on the rest of PowPow. I put some stripes of wobbler on each part of the handle, and cut some squares in PowPow. Then I put the wobbler into the squares, and secured them on the other side of PowPow. This is why it's good not to have put PowPow together at this point. Then you can still get into it and secure things from the inside. For the shoulder strap, you could just use an old belt and cut up, but I chose to sew it myself. I cut out 2 straps that was 120 centimeters long and 8 centimeters wide. Then folding 1 centimeter inward on both stripes and putting them together. Then I sew half a centimeter from the edges all around. It's time for some details, and this time it's zombie blood. I'm using the most, let's say, unnatural green color I could find for this. I'm just randomly painting what looks like splashes of zombie blood. It's finally time to put everything together. I gave it a good layer of glue and heat up all the wobbler around so I was sure it would stick together. And then pressed it all together. Then I secured the 2 straps we just made, and this is how PowPow ended up looking like. So that was it for this video. If you haven't already seen them, check out part 1 and 2 on this series on how I made PowPow. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to give the video a like if it was helpful to you. I hope to see you next time.